before you watch another productivity video, another morning routine breakdown, another how to build mental toughness framework, I need to tell you something that most people are not talking about. Literally nobody's talking about it. If you've been grinding, you're working hard, you're doing the right things, you're applying the right strategies, but something still feels missing. This is why. And here's what I've observed over 20, 25 years of working with high performers, executives, entrepreneurs just like you. And I mean, directly observed in the trenches with real people, producing real results. Mentally tough people, the ones I call controllers, share one operating principle that separates them from everyone else. It's not their work ethic. It's not their discipline. It's not even their skill set, although that's so important. It's this. The controllers, they choose to operate from what I call abundant mentality. And the word choose, that's the operative word here, because this isn't something that happens to them. It's a decision they make repeatedly, deliberately, with absolute certainty. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what that means. And more importantly, you're going to have the ability to make the same choice starting today. So let's go. Here's what most people are doing, and they don't even know it. They're operating from a scarcity mentality. Now, before you say, hey, that's not me, I want you to hear me out. The scarcity mentality doesn't mean you walk around feeling poor or defeated, because it's far more subtle than that. It shows how you interpret desire. When a reactor, which is the opposite of a controller, someone being controlled by their circumstances rather than commanding them, when a reactor feels a strong desire for something, a bigger income, a healthier body, a relationship that fires on all cylinders, a business that runs without them grinding themselves into the ground. When the desire surfaces, their automatic interpretation is, that's proof of what I don't have. Scarcity. And without even realizing it, that interpretation becomes a command inside of their mind. This is so important. Find me evidence of the gap. Find me reasons this is hard. Find me proof that what I want is out of reach. And the mind? Oh yeah, the mind. It complies every single time. You see, because your mind is the most powerful goal-achieving mechanism ever created. But it doesn't decide the goal. You decide the goal. And if the goal, the operating instruction, is looked for the gap in between, that's exactly what you'll find day after day, year after year. And here's what's devastating about this. Hardworking, intelligent, driven people, they stay stuck, not because they lack ability, not because they lack information, but because their mental operating system is running a program that keeps pointing them in the wrong direction. That's not a strategy problem. No, it's not. It's not a tactics problem. You probably have tons of tactics. This is a fundamental software problem. And no amount of hustle is going to fix the broken operating system. I've been teaching this for years. But here is what controllers do differently. And I want you to really let this land. Controllers choose to believe that by the very fact something is a genuine desire, a real bone-deep desire, it is in some form already available to them. Let me say that again. The existence of the desire is treated as evidence that what's the desire is reachable. Go back to Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He writes an entire chapter on desire. If you haven't read the book, go read it. If you've read it, read it again. Not maybe reachable if everything goes perfectly. Not reachable if I get lucky. Available, real, mine to access. Now, I know what some of you are thinking right now. Al, this is positive thinking with better branding. And of course, it is better branding. It's Mind Force method. No, this is precision thinking. And here's the distinction that matters. And I really want you to write this stuff down. Positive thinking says everything will work out. The abundant mentality says my desire is data, and I'm going to use that data. And here's what I mean. When you feel a genuine desire, not a passing whim, but a real burning desire, as Hill references in the book, that signal doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from a deeper part of your intelligence that's already done the pattern recognition. It's your mind saying, this is real. This is possible. And that there's a pathway. Reactors dismiss this signal as fantasy. It's not in their world. Controllers treat it as intelligence. But the controller asks, where is this available? What's the pathway? What's the next move? The reactor asks, where is this available? How can I get it? Why do I keep wanting things that I can't have? Same desire, completely different command issued to the mind. And here's where it gets fascinating. The controller doesn't just feel better about their situation. Oh no. They literally see things that the reactor can't see. Opportunities, pathways, connections, timing. Because their mental filter, the reticular activating system, look that up, write it down. If you want the neuroscience, it's calibrated to find availability. While the reactor's filter is calibrated to find evidence of that gap. This is not metaphysics. This is applied mental architecture. And it's available to you right now, the moment you make the choice to operate it. It's that simple. Let me break it down why this works at an even deeper level. Your mind is not neutral. Every single second, your brain is processing millions of pieces of information. And the vast majority of that information never really reaches your conscious awareness. Your mind filters it. And what does it filter? Why does it filter? Whatever it's being pointed at. If your dominant operating belief is scarcity, what I want isn't available to me, your filter screens out evidence of availability. You will literally not see the opportunities that are sitting right in front of you. So true. And if you go back and think about it, you'll see that it's absolutely true in your life. I've watched this happen. A person convinced they can't attract high-paying clients, surrounded by people who need exactly what they offer. It's incredible. A person convinced that their health is deteriorating, who has never consistently applied the one practice that would turn it around. And there are many practices that can turn it around. A person convinced opportunities have passed them by, who gets shown a clear pathway and still finds reasons that it won't work. You see, this isn't failure of effort. This is failure of direction. Now let's flip it. The controller operating from the abundant mentality has their filter pointed at a completely different angle, completely different target. Their operating instruction is what I desire is available. Find the pathway. Think about that. What I desire is available. Find a pathway. Now this, I want you to really, I write this one down for sure. What I desire is available. Find the pathway. I want you to use this as an affirmation for yourself to find the pathway. Because when you feed this to the subconscious mind, it will be your guide. And the mind, that extraordinary, relentless, powerful mechanism, goes to work. It finds the connection. It surfaces the insight. It reveals the timing. It catches the opening that others walk right past. That's what we call a miracle. It's not a supernatural event. Oh no. A mind operating at full capacity, pointed in the right direction, executing with precision. You want to create miracles in your life? Give your mind the right command, and it will handle the rest. Now, here's where most teachers stop. They tell you the principle. They illustrate it. They inspire you. And then you go back to your life. And within 72 hours, that old program is running again. Because here's what nobody tells you. A choice, this fundamental, doesn't get made once. It gets installed. Just like you would install a piece of software in a computer. You see, there's a difference between understanding the abundant mentality and having it wired into your automatic response system. Understanding is step one. Installation is what actually changes your results. And the installation process has three components. I call it desire, declare, direct. Now, desire, we talked about that. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, burning desire. When a genuine desire surfaces, a burning desire, don't let your mind auto-interpret it as evidence of lack. Recognize it for what it is, data, intelligence from a deeper part of your awareness saying, this is real and this is reachable. You see, when you pause and you think about that, that's everything. That single moment of not letting the old scarcity program run automatically is where the shift begins. Declare. State the availability out loud, not as a wish, not as a hope, as a command. This is available to me. I don't know the exact pathway yet, but the pathway exists. You will find the way to get there. But you got to put the command out there that it is available to you. That declaration is not affirmation fluff. It's a direct instruction to your mental filter. It is you commanding your most powerful tool to go to work on your behalf. Your subconscious works on your behalf all the time. Direct. Now take one action, a single decisive move in the direction of what you declared. Not the whole plan, not the complete strategy, one move. Because action tells your nervous system that you're serious. Action also cures fear. If you're a little afraid, action cures fear. Momentum, moving forward. And your nervous system responds to commitment with clarity. Every time you complete this cycle, desire, declare, direct, you're deepening the installation. It just keeps keeping deeper, deeper. You're making the abundant mentality less of a concept and more of a reflex. You know, I'm a martial artist, so you gain reflex. Somebody throws a punch at you, you block it. right? Somebody comes at you, you move, you see. Now, I'll be honest with you. Building this as a reflex systematically under the pressure of real life, that's exactly what the C3 command and control core system is designed to do. Not just teach you the framework, but to install it behaviorally, systematically, so it runs automatically when it matters most. I'm not going to dive deep on C3 right here. That's a bigger conversation. You can find out about it. But understand this. Everything we've talked about today, the abundant mentality, the desire, declare, direct cycle, the precision thinking of a controller, that's what gets wired through the C3 system at the behavioral level. Reading about it creates awareness. Installation creates results. Let me paint you two pictures, if I may. Picture one, you continue operating the way you've been, and quite possibly you're already successful, and that's great. But I always break things down into three vital tectonic shifts: mindset, vitality, prosperity. Some have one or two, but very few have all three. And so you feel the desire for more wealth, more vitality, more freedom, more clarity. And the automatic program kicks in. Evidence of the gap, evidence of the gap, evidence of the gap. Another year passes. You're smarter, you're better informed, maybe even more skilled, but you're still running that same operating system. And the results, roughly the same. And again, even if you're doing well, it's roughly the same, but there's a cadence that's off, and you know it. I don't need to tell you that. Picture number two. You make the choice today, right here, right now, to treat your desires as data. Again, go back to Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, Burning Desire. You install the abundant mentality through consistent practice. I call it flight time. If you don't put in flight time, you don't put in reps, you don't put in practice, you will not get the results. You see, your mental filter recalibrates. You start seeing pathways that were invisible to you before. You start moving toward what you want with a certainty and a precision that you haven't felt in years. And here's what I've watched happen over and over with people who make this shift. They start calling it miraculous because from the outside, results appear suddenly, almost out of nowhere. From the inside, they know exactly what happened. You see, they chose a different operating system, and their mind, that extraordinary, loyal, powerful mechanism, delivered on the command. That's the choice that's in front of you right now. Not tomorrow, not when the timing is better. That never happens. But right now, right here, right now. Because here's the truth. If you don't make the choice deliberately, the old program makes it for you every single time. And it has been making it for you every single day. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 24 hours, every time a genuine desire surfaces, practice the first step. Just pause. And don't let the old interpretation run. Ask instead, what if this desire is proof that what I want is already available to me? And again, we identify this through mindset, vitality, and prosperity. So it could be any one of those. Just ask the question and see what your mind finds. Because I promise you, your mind will shock you with what it surfaces when you give it the right command. You see, that's your first step. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to understand how to systematically install this really at the behavioral level, the link is below for C3. This is your moment. Choose. And I promise that your life will change for the better and you will transform. I'm Al Perhacs, author, creator, visionary behind the Mind Force method of high performance training and coaching, as well as the C3 system. Until next time, operate with precision.